Y ahora vamos a entrar en este último track de F-Talks 2023. Y precisamente lo vamos a hacer para hablar de la última parte de la cadena alimentaria y de sus tendencias de futuro. Y para ello contamos hoy con Damián Corcoran. Damián es fundador de Conscious Experience Consulting y ex vicepresidente internacional de Whole Foods Bio. Y además durante 20 años ha liderado proyectos de cambio organizacional preparando a líderes y corporaciones de todo el mundo en este sector agroalimentario en constante evolución. Damián, además, es fundador de la World Experience Organization. Ya nos dirá más. Thank you very much, Damián, and welcome to the stage, please. And let's give him a big round of applause, please.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So it's getting late, and it seems like a long time since we ate. And what we're going to do first is go on a journey through the future of food retail. And in a room full of people that love food and work with food, I'm going to ask you to do something very, very easy. I want you to think about food. And if you're comfortable doing so, I want you to imagine your favorite food. And you can close your eyes and just think about your favorite food right now. It's in front of you. How does it look? What are the colors? How does it smell? Is it making your mouth water? How does it feel in your hand? And what is that first sensation on your lips? How does it taste? Is it sweet or is it savory? Are you on your own, or are you imagining that you are with other people? Are you at home? Are you in a cafe? And how does it feel to be there? Hold on to that thought. How does that feel? And you can open your eyes if you close them. So every one of us has had a unique experience of food in our past. And from that, we form an emotional connection. But at the same time, nourishing ourselves with food is a basic human behavior and something that we all share, something that we all have in common. Something else we all have in common when it comes to food is where we buy it, our supermarkets. And in recent years, we've benefited from increasingly sophisticating methods of producing, transporting, and selling food. However, we've seen how fragile those systems can be. And we've also seen how ripe for disruption the food market is. So food and how we experience it is going to continue to change. And did you know that customers are fickle? 30% of shoppers only decide which brand they're going to buy when they're at the fixture. And 14% of shoppers actively change their mind whilst they are at the fixture. 20% of shoppers only buy a category when they see it in store, and 71% of customers who buy a special reduced item were going to buy it anyway. Now, it may sound dystopian, but retail is becoming highly commoditized, homogenized, centralized, streamlined, and dehumanized. So what's the antidote for that trend? And how can we be optimistic about the future of food retail? Hi, I'm Damián Corcoran. I've had the privilege of leading experts for over 20 years. I've worked across a number of different retailers, and it's allowed me to see a wide stretch of the market, from working with extremely efficient discount retailers through to complex retailers with long histories, and huge retailers with massive tech aspirations, but very much bedded in higher purpose. And through my retail leadership career, I've been part of huge people and tech transformations, market ups and downs, macroeconomic changes, supply chain fragility, and the proliferation of e-commerce. I'm a founding member of the World Experience Organization, a movement full of experts who innovate and share their knowledge about creating new, meaningful, and transformative experiences. And with that in mind, I'm going to take you on a journey into the future of food retail. The situation is that what we buy, where we buy, and how we consume food is changing. And what complicates that for people like us who work in the food industry is that predicting the future is hard. So what reference points do we have now to make better decisions for the future? Leading us to the question, what is the future of food experience? I'm going to take you through 4 areas that, when mixed together in the right amounts, are the recipe for success in the future of food experience. Within each area, there are challenges for retailers, for leaders, for inventors, and for manufacturers. And it's only when we collaborate and when we all work together that we will overcome these challenges. And to finish, I will tell you a secret, the secret of the future of food experience, and how you and your teams can be ready for it. So with that, let's go into the food store of the future and see how we can navigate it together. First, we're going to look at the future of products. Now, it's become very, very clear today that we are in a room full of food innovators. So this might be the section where you're already streets ahead. You're already looking into the future of food. So what value can I add here? Well, I've been on the other side of the trading desk. I've had the privilege of having hundreds of vendors vying to get me and my teams to buy their products. And it's been amazing to work with new product inventors, new brands, bringing their dreams to the market and creating exciting new offers for customers. But the market is moving towards fewer products, fewer SKUs. Retail stores are having to get smaller to survive. So what will the future look like, and what can you create? Well, the answer, and we've talked about this a lot today, is more differentiation, products that occupy new space and that solve new problems. In a world when highly commoditized products become about value and price, margins get squeezed and the products become homogeneous. And this removes excitement. Why have 20 sorts of toilet paper when you know 3 will do? And if you can make your product solve a big problem for customers in a novel way, then you can change their behavior. So as retailers want to have better products that earn their place on the shelf, whilst trying to reduce the number of products available, what does that mean for new product development? For years, new product development was synonymous with more flavors and more sizes, just more. The trick for the future will be less, but better. Fewer products that solve broad and deep customer problems. And my future view would be that alongside new product development, companies will need to do new experience development, how the customer and retailer experience your products. In practice, this means that retailers and producers will need to work together to tell more compelling product stories. The customer decision process is becoming larger and more complex. And these needs will be multi-layered, making each customer journey much more unique than we have been used to in the past. We already see some of this with dietary requirements, but the future will magnify this in a need for a deeper product story. I am a customer and I want to buy a product because of impact, branding, regenerative agriculture, morals, nutrition. The list goes on. So with a thing that's about this big, the products of the future, it will need to be able to present different messages to different customers at the same time on the same shelf. And some products already have QR codes, but in the end, we will just see a sea of QR codes. The future, I believe, will involve extended reality. And that will mean that the customer will be presented with the information they want to see in a sequence that will be unique to them. So how will we present these products, and what will the store look like? Our options for buying food have increased. From online deliveries for all of our calories to subscription programs, we can receive all of our basic requirements from the comfort of our own home. So how do we keep customers coming into the physical space? There are still things that you cannot do online yet, so the physical space needs to be exciting and enticing enough to make people want to be there. Historically, though, retail and the food in it is predictable and consistent, and that is not wholly a bad thing. People trust that they will get what they need and what they want. Customers like the seasonal changes, and they like key events like Halloween and Christmas. However, retailers have seen that their historic spaces are oversized and have added in store-in-store concepts to better use that space and to increase the trading density. Creating store environments which are dynamic and which are designed to be adjusted and then readjusted will be a critical element to flexing the retail space and surprising and delighting customers. A great example of that and a glimpse into the future can be seen in the Flex store designed by Schweitzer for Migros. Bridge Store in Zurich is a multi-floor food retail experience. It's a plug-and-play model with no holes in the ground. All elements of the store can be moved and changed, flexing up to add fixtures for peak trading, and slimming down and changing features for quieter trading periods. Adding in exciting new features to highlight new products and new food experiences. Changing the first experience the customer has when they enter the store and changing their flow around the environment, this keeps the store new and fresh and exciting and future fit. This creates what I call a decentralized experiential food market. A customer can pick their own adventure and navigate the store in different ways depending on their mission. One of the other key elements in the store of the future is creating zones to encourage friction, to encourage customers to slow down and to step out of the main flow. The ability to create areas to slow down allows for a key element in the future of food shopping, an element which differentiates physical retail from its digital cousin, the ability to interact with another human being. If we purposefully create space to slow down, then we can make sure that interactions around food and nourishing each other remain and grow to be the key experience for the future of food retail experience. We must also create non-friction touch points, reducing time-consuming elements like queues and payments. Some missions, like a quick lunch, require a frictionless experience, and the Flex store concept caters to both fast and leisurely customers. And we all know that the best thing about shopping in a real environment are the people. The key to a differentiated food experience, especially in retail environments, are the people. As always, we need to hire the right people, train them well, and create the conditions for them to flourish. In the future, our people and us will all need to embrace the technology, augment it into the way we make food, sell food, and nourish our customers' needs. The biggest gift we can give our people is a mindset on perpetual change readiness. But why? We can all see that we're embarking on a new era of technology. Artificial intelligence is already having an impact. Technology will augment our lives, and we will have more answers at our fingertips. So the skill of the future is going to be to know when to be a superhuman and when to just be a human. The true importance of empathy and emotion in an interaction will become that super skill. As retailers, the most successful will be the best at putting inquisitive and intuitive human beings in front of a customer who wants an interaction. That human serving food will have access to extended reality. They'll be able to unlock all of the product and range information without having to memorize it. They'll be empowered and emboldened to answer questions in the moment. They'll be able to add value, they'll be able to give a more personalized service, and they will feel great. We'll need to reallocate our digital marketing spend to think about how information flows from your product to the customer, because the human retailer at the shelf edge, once empowered, will be the best tool for slowing the customer down and recommending your product. So how will you attract the right people to work in your organization? How do you recruit customers to become raving fans of your product in the store of the future? You do that by being clear on your purpose, and we've heard this a lot today. However, I can't escape that the majority of consumers, especially during tough economic times, the main driver is going to be low prices. The purpose is to nourish their families in as cost-effective way as possible. And even with a clear and simple driver like price, customers still like to have an interest in nutrition because that is what equates to true value. Beyond that, customers have purpose to their purchases. They're already aligned to brands that they feel represent them at people. Guests who are driven by impact will normally be willing to pay a premium if they can see that impact of their spend through to their own higher purpose. At Whole Foods Market, we knew that we had a responsibility to nudge customers and guests to making better decisions. This meant making food really tasty and accessible, making it easy to make a better decision. It also meant having a clear expectation through the food supply chain about what ingredients were and were not allowed in the food on our shelves. And this is an example of stakeholder engagement we call Win 6. So in the future and in the world of extended reality, customers will be able to look through your product. I imagine it will look something a bit like Minority Report or trying to find a Pokemon inside the food retail environment. Customers will walk into a store and there will be a number of beacons around the store showing them where the products are within that store that they are already aligned to. Imagine how this works against what we've already explored. You have your product in the store, there, fully available. The purpose behind the product is clear, and the customer knows what problem it solves for them. Your product is filled with augmented information in layers, just waiting for your customer to discover it and to be drawn towards it. The place your product in is alive. It's dynamic, and it changes on a regular basis. It creates an environment of adventure and food discovery. There are places for customers to slow down, make a great selection which is aligned with their needs and values. They have a great and authentic interaction with a person, a human who is augmented. They have all the information in front of them. They're inquisitive, and they're there to add value to the customer and brighten their day. They're confident in the information they have access to and can ensure that the customer fulfills their purpose. The customer knows what's important to them, and they find it in your product, in a place that they are excited to be in, and from people that enrich their food experience. Does this sound utopian? Can the future of food experience be all of those things? Well, we can exit the food store of the future and come back to now. And the future is here, and it is here now. I believe today Meta and Ray-Ban are releasing their AR glasses. And we're soon going to accept this technology as another tool to make our lives richer, and our realities will be extended further. We've gone from having the world in the palm of our hand to having the universe in front of our eyes. I think there's plenty to be optimistic about. Our job in the world of food production, retail, and food experience is to quickly work out how we're going to utilize technological advancements to improve the lives of the people we work with and the customers that we serve. In the future, humans will, quite literally, see the world differently. We'll be able to create more reasons to enjoy and come to a physical space, more reasons to buy, more reasons to return, and more reasons to share in the joy of food. So the future of food experience is something we can start working on now. We all need to invest in the future and make space for it in our budgets and our allocations of capital, through to our people and our investment in skills. The best thing about being in this room is that we have all of the stakeholders in one place. And we'll all have to collaborate through the food chain in order to bring about the future of food experience and to really bring that to life. Most importantly, the key to creating the future of food experience is to prepare and invest in yourselves and your teams. And this will ultimately create your competitive advantage, adding new experience development to new product development and embracing the imagination and curiosity in your process. And the secret to the future of food experience? Well, the secret to the future is the past. It's the same sensory experience you imagined at the start of our time together. That experience with new layers of tailored information and enhanced meaning. Whatever we can imagine, we can create. And that is going to keep us adding huge value to the world of food for generations to come. Thank you.